Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be testing out the e.l.f. J Kissa rainbow palette that she collabed with e.l.f. So yeah, if you want to see my thoughts on this, and then also there will be a giveaway. I ordered the brush set and e.l.f. sent me two. I was supposed to get some free gifts and I think they were out of stock. So if you want to win one of the brush sets, stick around till the end and I will tell you what the rules are. I'm not going to use the brushes on camera just because it's a brand new palette. So we're just going to be doing the palette. I'll swatch it and then I'll do an eye look. So yeah, if that sounds interesting, definitely stick around. Make sure you are subscribed and we're going to jump into swatches first. So here's the outer packaging. It's just white and black. And then you open it up and then the clear sheet, I guess, is this little like sticker sheet so you can decorate the front of your palette. So instead of having just the plain old like clear sheet that you throw away, I thought that was kind of cute. So I will definitely save those and use that. But here's the palette. So I'm gonna swatch them like monochromatically. We'll start on the purple side and work our way over, but let's do the swatches. I got hair all over me. So we'll start on this side. Get my towel, and yeah, then we'll do an eye look. So we have Sadie, Pretty Girl, and Confetti. Sadie, Pretty Girl, and Confetti for the purples, and then we have Cannoli, Thatcher, and Bailey. Bailey feels real creamy. So Cannoli, Thatcher, and Bailey for the blues. And then we have Peaky, Tank, and Reagan. Reagan feels creamy too. Peaky, Tank, and Reagan. I like that there's a dark and a light of each color because it helps like for blending purposes. And then we have Yosemite, Paloma, and Firefly. All of the shimmers feel pretty creamy. So Yosemite, Paloma, and Firefly. So there's that. And then we'll do Millie, Zuma, Suki on this side. So Millie, Zuma, and Suki. And then we have Casey, Pepper, and Strawberry. Casey, Pepper. The reds seem a little patchy, but not bad. So there's all the shades. Not bad. Like I said, some of the mattes seem a little patchy in the swatch, but that swatches don't really matter. We want to see how it performs on the eyes. So we're gonna I'm gonna clean up my arms and we'll jump into the eye. I'm gonna prime with the MAC Paint Pot. I use Soft Ochre. I'm gonna use a primer that I use all the time. And then I'm not going to use the brushes today just because I want to see how the eyeshadows perform. Because if there's any issues, if I use the new brushes, I won't necessarily know if it's the brush or the shadow if I use the new one. So I really want to just test the eyeshadow out. Okay. So I'm going to use brushes that I use, and then I have my color switch in between, and then the only shade that I may pull from out of this palette is I have my Huda Beauty Smoke Obsessions. I might use this black just because I am getting ready for work, so I may need a black. I don't think I'm going to do a rainbow eye. Everybody's been doing rainbow eyes with this palette, so I think today's Friday. I'm not going to upload this on Friday, but we wear blue to work on Friday, so I think I'm going to do kind of a blue look and maybe a little pop of yellow. And then if you want to see a rainbow look in another video, let me know. So I'm going to go in with Thatcher, which is the dark blue in the middle, kind of in the outer corner and into the crease. Now, I did not need this palette at all. If you watch my videos, you know I have the Jawbreaker palette. If you're new, welcome. I bought this because I don't really have any rainbow drugstore palettes. Most of the palettes that I have are high-end, so I've been trying to branch out because I do tutorials occasionally on my channel. Thought it would behoove me to, so I'm hoping this is good. I am also probably going to put a little bit of the camo concealer in the crease. The pigmentation so far is pretty good. I am not blending anything yet, just kind of stamping the color down. I have hooded eyes, so I'm trying to place it to where you're still going to be able to see it. Okay. All right, so then on like a little tiny blending brush, I have small eyes and they're hooded, so it's doubly challenging. I'm going to take Cannoli, which is the brighter blue, and we're going to go halfway on, halfway off the dark blue. See if we can blend that out a little bit. These are pretty pigmented. That lighter blue is pretty dark still compared to, like, it's not as, there's not as much of a contrast between the light and the dark, I don't think. That mid-tone blue is pretty pigmented and bright. This is where I think a white would come in handy, a white and a black. I get that, like, she only had so many shades, but a white would be good to kind of help diffuse a little bit. But you can always pull in from another palette. So that looks good. I actually don't mind that. I'm going to take, I cleaned it off. Let's see if I can blend. Didn't add any extra color. I color switched it a little bit, but taking a more dense brush. Okay. And then I am going to take the black from this palette. You can use whatever black you want. My small palettes are like super accessible. They're in my top drawer where I keep all my palettes. So, and I use this black a lot and I like it. So just because I want to deepen up that outer corner a little bit. Not a lot. I just dipped it. So you can use whichever black or no black you would prefer. Okay. Just because I am going to work, I figured I would deepen it a little bit. And I'm just going to take a tiny little bit. I didn't get my eyelid super messy, which is nice, but I think I'm going to put a yellow, one of the matte yellows on my lid. So I want to give it as much of a fighting chance as I can. Drugstore yellows, I think, are hit and miss. Yellow's a hard shade. Making a little bit of a mess with the concealer. Okay. So I really want to give this as much of a chance to be as pigmented as it can be. I think I'm going to go in with Yosemite, the bright one, and then maybe Paloma at the end. We'll see how it goes. Paloma's kind of a goldy, like mustard. I find yellows do better on top of concealer anyway, because yellow is a hard shade, I think, to formulate and be pigmented. So putting it on the concealer definitely helps. It feels a little bit dry. My dogs are outside barking. They're like rustling and playing. My neighbors probably love it because it's like 10 after 8 in the morning, but if I bring them in, then they're gonna bark inside. And I'm gonna go in with a little bit of the mustard towards the back. I don't know if you can really tell much of a difference with those two side by side. Made a mess. I think I made a mess. Okay. Couldn't tell if the blue was getting patchy or if I was making a mess. So I'm going to take a little bit more of Thatcher. Okay. And then we'll take a little bit of cannoli. Try real hard not to make like a weird green color. Just want to kind of diffuse that. Okay. I don't think that's horrible. I probably could have taken the concealer up just a smidge because when my eyes open, I can kind of see the blue underneath, but, or when my eyes closed rather, but when my eyes open, it's fine. Okay. Yeah, the mattes are a little bit dry, but it's a drugstore palette, so I'm trying not to judge it too harshly. And this is $20. I think the brushes were like $25. The brushes were more than the palette, which is funny to me. And then I got a free one, free set of brushes. And I'm going to go in with Firefly, which is the yellow shimmer, and that's going to go just on the inner corner. Maybe up onto the lid. I was gonna do a matte lid, but I don't know. Maybe we'll put a little bit of the shimmer over the lid. Kind of changes the color just a little bit. Okay. Oh, I don't know what to do for the lower lash line. Maybe the same colors I just did on the top. It's the only problem with having like such like red, orange, yellow, just basic, the basic color wheel here. There's not a ton of options if you're just going to do a few shades. Like this is definitely a palette that I think is designed to do rainbow looks with. It's because doing like just what I'm doing, like a blue look, you don't have a ton of options. And then maybe I'll go in with the blue. Since I did a pretty matte lid, maybe we'll do the blue shimmer underneath. So I took the dark blue and then I smoked it out with the light blue, and then I'm just gonna put the shimmer on top of it. Okay, not bad. I'm gonna also have to pull in a color out of, I don't think I have a brow bone highlight in the shade now. I'm gonna go into my little Smoke Bomb palette and just use Smoking, which is this little shade. This is the color that I use for brow bone highlight if, like in this case, I don't have one. I keep this little palette handy. And then I just pull my brow bone shade out of it. Okay. All right, I'm going to make this eye look like this eye, and I'll add liner and mascara, and we'll come back and I'll give you my final thoughts. And also tell you the rules for the brush. Okay. So I actually did the yellow on this side without doing the concealer. It was just, you know, the eyeshadow base, and I it worked fine. Like they look the same to me, so you don't necessarily need to do the concealer. So that's good. So, oh, I just dug my finger in the orange. I will say the mattes in this are a little bit dry. There's a little bit of fallout and like the glitters are a little bit crumbly, but the pigmentation is good and they blended. Like it was, you saw it took me no time at all to do this eye, and then it did well with other formulas, which is nice because I had no problems interjecting a different brand's black. I like the look. I'm happy that I have it because, like I said, I wanted a drugstore rainbow palette. I don't think like it's going to be like a diverse, like, I mean, it is diverse in the fact that you can do a bunch of different like rainbow looks, but you can do monochromatic looks, kind of like what I did, interjecting 2 different colors. But I mean, it's not going to be the most versatile palette, I would say, just because of there's no black, there's no white. You are limited in colors that you can mix together, because some colors don't, you know, you'll muddy depending on what colors. But it's pretty. Like you could do some sunset eyes, you can do, you know, some ocean like mermaid eyes, straight rainbow, you know, blues, like kind of like what I did, purples, like pick a color and do a look. So you can get some different looks out of it. I'm happy that I have it. Like I said, the mattes are a little bit dry, but they blended. So I think it's good. If you're after an inexpensive rainbow palette, I think you would be happy with this because like I said, the pigmentation is good and it was easy to blend. So yeah, so far I like it. I don't know how much use I'm gonna get out of it just because I have so many palettes, but I am happy to have a good like drugstore palette. So let's talk about the brushes. So again, I'm gonna keep one, and then one is going to go to you guys. So to enter, all you have to do is be subscribed to my channel and then leave me a comment down below with a way to contact you, like Instagram, email. If you check your YouTube comments or you get notifications, then you could just leave me a comment. But yeah, and I will also, I got a free lip color. It's a red lipstick. I'll probably throw that in with the brush, but the brush set. But yeah, that's all you have to do. Be subscribed, leave me a comment down below. Thank you guys so much. Let me know what you thought of the palette. Let me know what you thought of the eye look. And yeah, hopefully I will see you in another video very, very soon. Bye everyone.